Hey guys, it's Matt Casamassina here, and I am going to give you a video review of Rayman Raving Rabbids. This title comes from the Beyond Good and Evil team, and also the team that created King Kong. It's led by Michel Ancel, and he's the creator of Rayman, actually. There's a big difference, though. This Rayman title is not a platformer, so if you're thinking that's going to be the case, you're going to be disappointed right off the bat. However, please, really don't let that deter you, because this is a fun game all the same. Rabbids is a compilation of mini-games, 70 of them to be exact. It's a pretty big number, and the difference between this game and, say, Mario Party is that the minis are pretty deep. They're actually well thought out, and they make really good use of the Wii remote. I think a lot of third parties out there aren't really getting the Wii yet, but Ubisoft with Rayman really is. This is a pick-up-and-play experience. You're going to be able to jump right into it, and you'll be able to have a lot of fun with your friends, your family, and people who aren't experienced with a lot of games will be able to enjoy this too. Bringing all these mini-games together is a wicked, sort of surreal storyline that delights in debauchery. It's a Rayman title, but really the stars of the game are the bunnies. They've got so much character, so much personality. Ubisoft has worked overtime to create these guys, and it shows. The bunnies are at the center of the storyline. Basically, they arrive from the underworld, kidnap Rayman, throw him in prison, and he's got to compete in a series of mini-games to win their favor and eventually escape. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're actually gaining plungers, which you're stacking up in your cell, and eventually you're going to climb out. But there's a lot of humor to it. You're going to smile, you're going to laugh. The minigames themselves are really varied, I think. Like I said, you've got 70 of them, and there's everything from on-rails first-person shooter levels, which I really love. There's a series of these, and you'll be able to play them with up to 4 people, so enjoy that. In addition to those, you've got, say, a choir of singing bunnies, and one of them is actually singing out of tune, so you have to use the Wii remote to smack them upside the head. It's a lot of fun. And as another example, there's cow tossing, which you've probably seen in videos already, but it's funny. You basically use the Wii remote, spin it like a lasso, and then release at the right time to send this cow flying into the air. All the games have something in common in that they're hilarious. I'd say the majority of the games in the title actually are entertaining and fun. But there are some duds, like with any minigame compilation. For instance, you've got a title where you have to guide a pig through a battlefield using the Wii remote's internal speaker. We tried 2 different remotes, and the problem here is that we could never actually hear the audio cues, and therefore we always got blown out. Overall, though, I think you're going to be really pleased with the selection here, and actually, if you're into multiplayer games, you can hook it up with up to 4 people and have a go. Visually speaking, this is one of the better looking titles on Wii. It comes from the G&E team, so these guys know what they're doing. They've not really pushed the system technically, but they know how to use art to their advantage. So not only does it feature some of the best character designs this generation, the bunnies I think are probably better than most mascots you find in games today. But on top of that, you've got fluid animation, you've got nice particle effects, you've got some good lighting effects. Everything's coming together here. The big downside is that it doesn't run at 60 frames a second. Actually, it sort of runs 30 frames most of the time, and occasionally it dips depending on your minigame. One thing we found out, which is kind of disappointing when we were testing on our equipment, is that the game actually does not run in 480p as we had hoped and expected. So that's unfortunate. However, it does run in 16:9 widescreen mode, so that's at least something. Overall, it's a great game, and I don't want you to avoid it simply because it's not a platform. This is a great compilation of minigames, and you should look into it for exactly that reason. The bunnies are hilarious, and we gave it an 8.3, so check it out.